My friends, welcome to A Common Touch of Fantasy. My name is Paul, and today we're doing short reviews of short fiction. This is a monthly review wrap-up of the short stories, novellas, and graphic novels that I've read this month. So number one is A Rose for Emily by William Faulkner. I've read this multiple times in high school. It's still good as an adult. 4 out of 5. Great ending. All about the resisting to change. The Cask of Amontillado by Edgar Allan Poe. I give this a 4 out of 5. All about revenge and the psychosis of a murderer and also alcoholism. Fantastic. Edgar Allan Poe's writing is amazing. The Story of an Hour by Chopin. I give this a 4. I really enjoyed this. This is all about a woman that gets unexpected news about her husband and her unexpected reaction to that news. I give it a 4 out of 5. Signs and Symbols by Vladimir Nabokov. I didn't really care for this one that much. The writing just wasn't for me. It was very unclear, and I give it a 2 out of 5. The Last Night of the World by Bradbury. I gave this a 3 out of 5. This is all about the reactions that normal people would have to the end of the world. Instead of going crazy, they kind of just go about their routine, and the theme is that routines are actually death to people. The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe. This is my short story of the month. I really love this short story so much. I've always have. Give it a 5 out of 5. Fantastic. It's all about the psychosis of a murderer and how he justifies what he does, and also his dealings with the person that he murdered. Fantastic. I love it so much. I read it out loud, and it just worked perfectly for that. Edgar Allan Poe's writing is one of my favorites. A Haunted House by Woolf. I give this a 3 out of 5. Stream of consciousness. It is the perspective of the people living in the haunted house, the perspective of the ghosts in the haunted house, and the perspective of the house to these two things. Written weird. I did kind of like it though. I give it a 3 out of 5. Now to newer things. Please Undo This Hurt by Seth Dickinson. I give this a 4 out of 5. It's a story all about suicidal thoughts, caring too much for other people and how that is overwhelming. And it's all about this idea that you can call this number and it will completely erase who you are. No one will ever even know you existed. And that a lot of good people actually chose this because they couldn't put up with the horrible world. That is the reason why there are so many very self-centered people in the world. Interesting short story. You should check that one out. 4 out of 5. Binti by Nnedi Okorafor. I enjoyed this. I give it a 3 out of 5. This is all about a dark-skinned girl that is going to university. First time as someone from her tribe has gone to this university, but she's the only dark-skinned person there. And it's all about ignorance, racial tension, and becoming friends with your enemy. I liked the writing in the first third of this. The last 2/3 of it, I didn't really enjoy the writing too much. Strange Library by Haruki Murakami. I know there are a lot of Murakami fans, so I am not going to offend anybody. I give this a 1 out of 5. I did not like this at all. And for the graphic novels, we have Persepolis, Volume 1 by Marjane and Satrapi. So about a young girl living in Iran and how she deals with the revolution in Iran during the late 70s, early 80s, when it changed culturally, and now it is a more fundamentalist Islamic state, and how she had to deal with that. I gave that a 4 out of 5. And then Fun Home by Alison. Bechdel. This is a graphic novel about a young girl that has just lost her father. They're not sure if it was suicide or not. The father was a closeted homosexual. The author and the girl, Bechdel, she is a lesbian, and she's trying to deal with her thoughts about her father growing up, with his sexuality and how he treated her, and also dealing with her own sexuality growing up. Great for any LGBTQA people on BookTube. You should check that out. I'm not one of those, but I highly enjoyed it, and I like the perspective of the gay culture back in the late 70s and early 80s, and how she dealt with her own sexuality and how her father dealt with his. Very eye-opening for me. Very good. So those are the short stories, novellas, and graphic novels I read during September. Thanks for watching, guys. Short stories is a very small time investment, but it could change your life tremendously. A good short story can stay with you your entire life, and you might learn something. So check out short stories. They are fantastic. What was your favorite short story of the last month? Let me know so that I can check it out, so that I can read it for the next month. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you next time.